Mhm. I am. What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. This is Inside Storyline Podcast, and I am your host, Dutch the Creator. Got my other host here, Bronx Legend, and we always got our guest Phillips coming through with the the premium lab events. I'm trying to get
PLE.
used to
Yeah,
PLE. We pay per
yeah.
view.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
yes, people, we are back, man, giving our commentary, giving our thoughts on what we've seen tonight. And it was a hell of a show. Not too many matches, but I like it when you don't have
One
too many
second.
matches and you can, just tell a story within these matches. But I want to start off with what we just seen. What we just seen was, I think, the coronation of the new bloodline. I
Mhm.
mean, that shit was Jack Carnage out there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And shout out to the ref for taking them bumps. Because that last bump, I don't know Jacob Fatu meant to do that or it looked like dude whole chest went into the stairs.
The
But
ref definitely earned his paycheck tonight.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes, and
every bit of it.
you pluck the ref, they just go out. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But I enjoyed the show tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a out of 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 8.5. I'm gonna ask my man Phillips, what you gonna give it from 1 to 10?
I think I'm leaning around the 8.5 also. I mean, I honestly would do that really only because of the that amazing botch in the Rollins, priest match. You
Yeah,
know,
we gotta talk about. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk
yeah,
about.
yeah.
We're gonna save it.
Everything,
We're
yeah.
gonna save it
Everything else was
because
on point.
I didn't know what the fuck that was. But
Yeah.
Bronx Legend, what
Yeah.
you what you got?
I might have missed that. I was like kind of back and forth, so I'm gonna have to go
Oh.
back and watch it. Um, I'm gonna
Mm,
give it a solid 9 because the men's
Okay.
match concerned me, but when the
hmm
women's match came up, I said, "Damn, that was probably
Yeah.
one of the best Money in the Bank matches I've seen in a long time."
Right, right.
Absolutely.
And tonight we had the in-ring WWE debut of Jacob Fatu. I think he did pretty good. I don't think he gave us as much as I seen on them highlight reels.
Mm,
And the man is in shape. I'm talking
Best
about
shape of his life.
absolutely.
dude, dude. If they signed him months ago, he's been hitting that motherfucking gym ready.
Oh yeah,
And
Oh yeah.
you
He
know,
said he lost about a good 30 to 40 pounds.
yeah, you can
look
see
like
it.
it. Look
Yeah,
like he lost
You
more.
know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but the match, it started off with Solo doing a fake out,
Mhm.
As
and
yeah.
and with Solo, I was listening to a wrestling podcast this week, and I just agree with this a little bit. Um, they shouldn't have Solo talk so much. He is more of a presence when he's not talking, or when he says little as possible. What y'all think about that?
Well, that's how he originally started. He was
Yes.
Yeah.
quiet. He was in the background. He was that silent enforcer. Um,
Hmm.
but now that he is head of the table, um, that position has went to Jacob Fatu, so you barely hear him speak.
Right,
So
right, right,
naturally, he would have to step up. But you can tell as the weeks go on, he's coming into his character.
right.
Even Roman Reigns, sucker and succotash. He came a long way.
As he did, as
So
he
they got to
did.
put him out there. They got to throw him to the wolves, and he's doing pretty good, I believe.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you think about Phillips?
I think so too. I mean, it's just like you said, that's how he came in on the main roster as basically, the enforcer, basically what Jacob is now, to where his position wasn't to talk. It was basically, he talked with his actions. We knew we were going to kind of get a different Solo Sokoa than he was in NXT coming up
Mm-hmm.
to the main roster because obviously the experience and everything and being on that bloodline with Roman and the twins, and especially with Paul Heyman, Solo
Right.
really didn't have to talk.
Yeah.
He played his position well as the enforcer. He kept the stoic face. No smiling, no jokes. None of the BS. When it was time, what I'm saying, that he was down for the get down. When it was time to get down, he was all about business. It wasn't
Right.
all about the jokes and being oozy and all that shit. He would basically play this role. So obviously now with him, being the quote unquote head of the table, especially with them getting Heyman out, he
Mm-hmm.
kind of has to be the mouthpiece. He's got everybody else for all the other stuff. He's got,
Exactly.
God as, the Usos, and he's got Jacob as his enforcer. So,
Right.
he kind of has to be the mouthpiece by default.
Okay. Okay. But what y'all think of this match, man? I mean, it started off. I mean, look, Tama Tonga is that Tama Tonga. He's just a rabid dog, and I love the way his
Hmm.
wrestling style is.
Oh
Most
yeah.
people can't pull off the just but he does it with poise, like the movement that he be doing. Like,
Hmm.
dude mastered the art of crazy. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What
You
y'all
know
think of
Yeah.
the match?
who was kind of like that? Dean Ambrose. When he was in the Shield,
Mm,
when they let him
good
loose, he
point.
had that psycho. I'm gonna tear you apart. Not really no
Hmm.
direction with it, but
Yeah.
Tama Tonga does it a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a
Right,
little
Yeah.
more
right,
direct. He knows what he's
Yeah.
doing.
But if you think about it, they have been trying to get Tonga in WWE for at least the last 5 years, just from
that's
all the
true.
stuff he did in New Japan. Yeah, they have been trying to get him there before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because all the guys that he worked with, that are in WWE now, especially AJ and Finn, what I'm saying, Gallows and Anderson, all those guys spoke up highly for him. And it
Right.
was basically off of that style that he has that everybody's seeing now that he's in the WWE. Just like I said, he would the best description of him that people would think of is Ambrose, how he was, especially that initial run in the Shield. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So yeah,
The
it's
lunatic. The
Yeah,
exactly
lunatic
yeah.
the
fringe.
lunatic.
Yeah.
Lunatic. I mean, let's not forget the man was backstage. You know what I'm saying? Doing that shit. So
What
it's like,
the
yeah, it's like it's like Slim a little different. He's a little different. That's probably the best description you can give for Tama Tonga. He's a little different.
Hmm.
You know,
I
he's the
got
type of
somebody
guy
in
that
here.
you knock on the door and slide the food to. He don't let him out the room.
Don't put your hand in there. You're gonna lose a
Yeah,
finger.
yeah, yeah. Just knock twice. Don't knock 3 times. Knock twice.
We got a comment here, man. Lou say Bloodline going to take over, and Solo is the next Universal Heavyweight Champion. That right there is a big
Mm,
is a big statement right there.
Now that's
mm,
what I wanted to ask. Do you think that they would pull the trigger on that?
I thought about that. I thought about it
mm,
last week. I thought real hard about it. I was like, you know, if WWE wants to really make Roman Reigns the biggest baby face ever, is Solo not only taking the head of the table, because you see he gradually got to that tribal chief,
Hmm.
hmm.
head of the
Yeah, yeah.
table, and then tribal chief, and then he actually does take back the title. That will be the swerve of the century. We will
Hmm.
not see it
Man.
coming,
Hmm.
and I can actually see at the end of SummerSlam Solo, because look, we're not expecting Cody to do a 3-4 year run with that belt, and Cody is all about chasing the belt. I'm sorry, like,
Hmm.
I mean, I know, we wanted him to finish his story and everything, but until he get to Randy Orton, it hasn't really done anything for me. You see what I'm saying? Like I used the analogy on the last live. I said, it's like the dog chasing the car. It's exciting when you're watching it. And then when the
Yeah.
car stops, what the fuck the dog gonna do? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I
Yeah.
really I really think if they do, I wouldn't be mad if they do pull that trigger.
Yeah,
Mm.
it'll make for
Yeah.
a really good storyline. Um, like you said, if they're going the route of babyface or Roman, even though I don't really think he'll be a full babyface, I think he'll definitely be a tweener.
Yeah, he gonna be a tweener.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
He's not gonna insult the crowd anymore. That's basically what's gonna happen.
right.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so in order, like we said on other opponents that Roman and the Bloodline face, to fight Roman is to fight the Bloodline.
Hmm.
Who's Roman's bloodline going into this war?
Mm.
Is it just because he's going to need more than Jimmy and Jay?
They was even saying Cody was gonna
Ah,
eventually
do we want to
team
see
up
that?
with him at the Survivor Series, man.
We want to see that.
But
Joe?
I,
I think
I don't know.
they could have
We want to
they
see
could have
Captain America team with Thanos. I'm just
but
saying.
but a better way they could have actually done that tonight if they would have factored in Solo's bloodline somehow costing Jay the money in the bank. Because even with Roman and Jimmy coming back, how do you really play Jay back into that bloodline war? Because let's not forget, he really didn't have nothing to do with Jimmy or Roman. He definitely don't care about Paul. Even
Hmm.
that interaction, earlier in the year when Tamatonga and Tongaloa, well, especially Tongaloa finally debuted, and they all walked by Jay in the back,
Right.
and then seeing Paul Heyman's face looking at him, shaking his head like, this is all messed up.
Help
How
me.
do you exactly? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. I guess he was like, I guess Jay was the first person he screamed to help.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you kind of organically build Jay back into that storyline? Because obviously we got Roman into it. You got Jimmy
Mhm.
into it because, like I said, when Solo said last night, Roman couldn't win and keep the title at WrestleMania. They kicked Jimmy out because he lost at WrestleMania. So obviously Jimmy, Roman, and we know Paul's not coming back until Roman pops back on TV. So
Right.
how do you build Jay back into that storyline? And not to mention, who else comes into that storyline for the OG bloodline?
Mm.
And that's
Because I
what.
mean,
Okay. Good.
I will say though, I wouldn't be surprised if it was another, what I'm saying, Fatu son. Because I mean, Rikishi, it seemed like every 6 months we find out about another, we find out about another Fatu kid. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got Umaga's son
Mhm.
out there in Booker T's wrestling
Zilla.
promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I saw another. I just saw a video the other day of another of Wakishi's sons. That's a yes, exactly. That was my same reaction when I saw it.
How many kids
I
he
saw it.
got?
That's what I'm saying. It's
And
like
it's probably from a
they
bunch of women that
son they popping off pods like gremlins out here.
hey, bro, this shit
You
like
know what I'm
Game of
saying?
Thrones with it's like Game of Thrones with
Yeah,
the bastards and shit.
yeah. So 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 it's like, who do you bring to help that OG bloodline out when Roman and Jimmy comes back and you can work Jay into it? Because people were saying, oh, like you said, yeah, Cody. And it's like, nah, let Cody move out of that.
Yeah.
And if
You know what I'm
y'all are
saying?
coming in here, I see y'all coming in. Please make sure y'all tap that like button. That helps the video get shared more, get recommended. We are Inside Storyline Podcast right here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys coming through. We're just watching the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And we was basically talking about that match, man. And at the end, I say the last 5 minutes of that match was just carnage. And I love the way they maneuver through every part of that match. I mean, whoever
Hmm.
produced that match, and shout out to Michael Hayes, he be producing some
Oh yeah.
hell of a
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah.
finishes, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Jason Jordan also. He been
Jason
producing.
Jordan
Jason
too.
Jordan been producing a lot of bangers. You know,
Man,
TJ been producing a lot of bangers lately.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And
and
and and
yeah.
what y'all think? What do y'all think of that? The ending of that match. I'm gonna start with Phillips.
Uh, it was the right ending. First of all, for Solo to pin Cody. You know, that just builds up the anticipation for the title match into going into SummerSlam.
yeah,
Uh, Obviously now with, like I said, with Heyman being gone, you know, you got Solo on the mic that can talk his shit. You know, he can get up there and say, "Yeah, I legitimately deserve a title match at SummerSlam.
There,
I pinned y'all champ." You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fair.
So I want that match. You know, obviously, like I said, bringing Jacob into it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to KO. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts and prayers to him because, like
Yes,
you
man.
said,
Shout out to his moms.
yeah.
yeah, man, your mom's in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And you saw his demeanor. You know, going back to last night. You know, he was all about business. He said, like, my mom told me, come up in here. I don't want you sitting up in the hospital watching after me. I want you in that ring, getting you a piece of the bloodline. And he came in there, he was ready, ready for war. So I liked it. Once again, another, God, I hate to say it because, old boy's kind of becoming famous for it. Tonga Loa with another botch on the low blow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't
The
get all of
first
it the
one.
first time.
He
Yeah,
missed the first one and then went to do the second one.
I think
So
he
I
probably had
see
a
why his
fucking
ass was in the suit tonight.
nah. He probably had a fucking concussion the way he hit that motherfucking announce table.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ooh.
that's true.
He
Yeah,
probably had a
he caught
little.
right in the he
They
hit right in
run
the back of
that
his
shit
head
rung
on it.
his motherfucking bell. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he thought the nuts was the leg and
Hmm. Well, it was good though too. At the end, like everybody was able to get their shit off on Solo. Everybody was able to get their finishing moves and but obviously
I love
did
this
it.
fact where they had Kevin Owens in the corner beating the shit out of him, and he's
Hmm.
just trying to get. I mean,
right.
Yeah,
that shit just
yeah.
remind me of me getting jumped by niggas back in the day. Like you try to get the fuck out of there so you can run. So he was trying, man. They
There's
was
too many of
fucking
them.
my man.
Yeah, it was just a good showing because I wasn't even sure, first of all, if that was going to be the main event. But then I thought about it. I
Mhm.
said, well, yeah, it needs to be, obviously because of the storyline, it needed to be the main event because it just set up the anticipation. See, okay, well, if this is the main event, is somebody going to pop up?
Yeah.
Obviously nobody did, but in hindsight, it really didn't need it because it happened the right way. The right man got the pin on the right person, and we,
Mhm.
went off of, the PLE. Sorry, we went
Right.
off with the PLE with the right man with his hand raised. So, because now it's what, less than a month before SummerSlam. You already got two matches that are official. So
Yeah.
now you can start building the rest of that card.
Mhm.
All right, Bronx Legend. What you think of the match, and did you enjoy that ending?
Let's talk about how emotionally invested the crowd is to hating Solo's guts. Fuck
Woo!
Solo,
You
fill
see,
the arena.
Mm,
I said,
that's
damn, when
mm,
you capture the crowd like that emotionally, you're
mm,
doing your
mm.
job,
that's
sir.
money, man. That's
Uh,
Good
money,
job, sir.
and he
they
know it
they
too, and he know it.
they was screaming "fuck you" Solo like it was K Dot in that ring.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he just looking
Mm,
around like, I am over.
mm.
I am over. Because Vince
Yeah.
McMahon always said, if they're booing you, you're doing your job. If
yeah,
they cheering
Hmm.
you, good. If they're not doing anything, here's your papers.
yeah.
Yeah.
You on. But the
You
the
know.
match the match was good. The build up, I think it was definitely the right ending. Like I said, um, are they going to pull that trigger? Well, so because to be honest, I don't think nobody is expecting it to actually happen. So if it did,
Hmm.
everybody gets that guy, the Undertaker face, as I call it, when
Hmm.
Undertaker
but let me interject there. We've been complaining about his matches being so predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I think Solo will give it that factor of I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the match I like to see when
Yeah.
like when Tribal Chief, real Tribal Chief Roman Reigns,
Mm-hmm.
that last year and a half, it was always somebody like we don't know, like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
Sami Zayn. We thought, remember
Yeah.
when we was watching
Mm-hmm.
it, that
Yeah.
little split second, I'm like, how they gonna get us to Sami? But we knew it wasn't
Yep.
gonna happen.
Right.
But I like it when
Yep.
it's not so predictable. I knew AJ Styles was not gonna beat Cody Rhodes. It
Mm-hmm.
just
Right.
was. I
Right.
knew Logan Paul was not gonna beat Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think it will give him it will give him that much
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a great storyline that they're building towards, and it's so many different ways they can turn it because Cody, the Bloodline, Roman, all of them has been just in this circle of a never ending story. And I just love the fact that you can go this way or you can go that way with it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's I'm invested.
Right, right.
Yeah. Me
So
too.
I appreciate the match as well, man. The way it was set up, the way it ended. I like a good ref bump, you know. And we can't go away from this match not talking about Randy Orton. Randy Orton, best shape of his life.
Mhm.
Dude is having
Yeah.
fun out there with youngins. Like
Yeah.
what Randy about
Hmm.
45? I mean, the way
Yeah. Got.
he's
Yeah.
interacting with these youngins out there, I gotta give it to him, man. And I just hope that they tell our story with Cody. Just I want emotion. I
Yeah.
want to fucking cry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, they've been showing a lot of side eyes over the past what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying month or so with Randy and that title. So I mean,
Yes.
one of the best ways for Cody, what I'm saying, to really be looked at as a legit, what I'm saying, fighting champion. And what better story to tell than the student fighting the teacher for the
Hmm.
belt? Because obviously I know we're gonna talk about it a little later. He's one of the last, from that generation. Now that,
Yes.
Mr. You Can't See Me made his announcement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what
Oh
better
yeah.
way to have yeah, what better way to have than to, you have a big match like that with the student fighting the teacher. Now,
Mhm.
I can obviously see, obviously what they have invested in Cody that Randy, I don't think would mind putting Cody over. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Right.
saying? If Cody still has the belt fighting Randy, which would obviously be the match. So I think, it's Randy, and like I said, Randy got a new lease on life, man. Let's not
Mhm.
forget, what I'm saying? An injury like they said he had, they told him he should have,
Hung it up.
don't step in the ring again. You should not step in the ring again. So,
Yeah.
by the grace of God and some damn good doctors, what I'm saying, I think he got another, few years left in him. So why
Yeah.
not get these dream matches out the way? You know what I'm saying? Put some of your guys that what I'm saying, that you co-sign over, and what I'm
Mhm.
saying, when you feel the time is right, ride off into the sunset,
I was even
like that.
saying on the last live, I was like, look, go ahead and get out. Go ahead. I said I can't help but to think that Triple H is not going to give his protege one last run with that title. And if
Mm.
anybody should beat him for the title other than The Rock or Roman, it should be Randy Orton. And just have him hold that joint for a month and then let Cody get the jump back. You see what I'm saying? But Randy, I believe he is on his last couple of years and he's having fun out there. He's
Mhm.
he's kissing the babies. And
Yep.
I do want the Viper Legend Killer back. I want all of that back. But I am enjoying Brandy Orton for what we're seeing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move to this women's Money in the Bank match, bruh.
Mm,
Oh
mm,
my God. Shout out to the women of WWE.
Match of the
These
night.
these ladies did some shit. I think for me, the biggest spat was EO Sky and
Mm.
Shorty
So we start.
Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
Matt EO did the best sale I ever
mm,
seen in my life,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
way the way she sold that was epic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chelsea Green for taking
Mm.
Mm.
that bump, bruh.
Mm.
No
Mm. Mm.
padding,
Yeah.
nothing. If you come to me and you talking about wrestling fake, look at that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And not to mention, she's done a spot like that before in TNA, where she went through, I think, 4 tables
Oh,
like that.
hey,
Oh yeah,
Chelsea?
she
that's some
about,
short shit.
yes, she about. Hey,
Wow.
but look who her husband is.
Who's her husband?
Matt Cardona,
Get the fuck
Zack
out of
Ryder.
here.
Yeah,
Zach
bro.
I think
Ryder.
she was married to an
Yeah.
instinct dude or something.
Nah, she married to Matt Cardona. You know, when he left WWE, he did all that crazy shit too. The
Yeah, he did.
GCW shit, all that, the death match shit. So,
Because he
bro,
injured
she bought
now.
that action.
Yeah, he injured now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
fucked up
yeah,
now.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but that women's match, man, they gave it their
Mm-hmm.
all. Like,
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm glad none of them got hurt if they didn't get hurt. But Bronx Legend, I know you was feeling that match.
Man, let me tell you, I said it before and I say it again. Io Sky has become one of my favorites in
Yes.
this generation. And when I tell you she's just vicious and
Yeah.
savage with it.
Oh
And
yeah.
ever since she lost the belt, it's just been top
Mm-hmm.
10. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nah,
Yeah.
nah. Oh, nah, nah. Like, look, I don't know who stole the rights, but get that shit back.
Damn. Damn.
Don't say that,
Oh
bro.
my
That's
God.
racist.
Oh my.
Nah,
That's
Okay.
racist,
Oh my God.
buddy.
nah, but she's been savage with
Oh.
it. Zo-
He
Zoe
stole
is a
the
beast too.
rights.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
like
But
Zoe.
that,
I like Io. What's the Irish chick? I like her too with the wings.
oh, Lyra.
Yeah, Ira.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lyra.
Hey,
Lyra Valkyria.
Laura.
Corey Graves funny. He was like, she's not a bird. She's like a bird. If she's a
Shit.
bird, she could flap and get that money in
Yeah.
the bank.
Hey, yeah.
Oh,
Hey, if
yeah.
y'all coming in here, I see y'all coming in here. Appreciate y'all coming through. Please tap that like button. It don't take nothing. We not asking you for no money. We ain't even ask you to subscribe. But if you want to, go ahead and hit subscribe. But I want you to
Mm-hmm.
hit that like button because hitting that like button shares the video. But
Mhm.
back to the match, man.
Right.
Phillips, what was you getting from that match?
Loved the match. Absolutely loved it. Crowd was definitely in it. Obviously, you got your your home, your home girl, your from the country with Chelsea. Everybody's predicting and looking for towards her.
Yes.
Obviously, everybody and their mama, wanted it to be Tiffy time, which it ended up to being.
Shout out
But
to Tiffany.
you had you had people in there that had legit, what I'm saying, shot. This was probably the only match I would say tonight that there was like legit, like you couldn't really put it on a legit person because we've been surprised in Money in the Bank matches before, so it wouldn't have been a shock to see anybody else other than Chelsea or Tiffany win it
That's
because
true.
you definitely could have had storylines with if any of the other 4 women won it. Now, trust me, that now, granted, they would have booed Zoe's ass out the building if she would have won
Yeah.
it, but um, yeah, obviously, as usual, shout out to Naomi, just because.
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
usual.
because they
I mean,
do.
Slim, they did that move where she was standing on the two ladders and then they
Oh
pulled them apart, and
yeah,
she did that split into
yeah,
a DDT. It's like, Jimmy Uso, lucky man.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, man.
yeah, like I said, also with Lyra, Lyra did her thing. She was, had some spots in the match. Zoe, obviously, that huge one with Io, but she also did a spot on Lyra where she tried to do, I guess, her move off the rope, some spinning,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
senton or whatever, and
yeah.
she ended up missing, hitting her back of her head on the damn ladder. So it's
Mm.
like,
Oh,
she
you talking
kind of
about
was like,
Zoe?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
even
looked
the
bad.
announcers, yeah, Corey and Michael was like, "What did she do? What happened?" You
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, but it was definitely a damn good match of the night. Like I said, they built up the fact with Chelsea being afraid of heights all night to the point where she's right there, and it's
Mhm.
like how you go from you and Tiffany setting up those tables to about 15 minutes later, your ass going through them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it worked out. It worked out great. Obviously, Tiffany Stratton's, Miss Money in the Bank, and
Mhm.
it's you got the built-in storyline also because let's not forget with her and Nia, I guess being buddies
Yeah.
now, and
Mhm.
Nia challenging Bailey at
Mhm.
SummerSlam. I guess Nia might even have to, kind of look over her shoulder for these next few weeks, or at least until SummerSlam,
Mhm.
because Tiffany gonna be sitting there side by side with her with that Money in the Bank briefcase. So how will Tiffany factor into that now?
And isn't that storyline just full of chaos because Tiffany was
Hmm.
in the Money in the Bank match because of Nia Jax?
That's right.
So how do you the ironic of it of bringing it full circle to say that you cashed in on me because I helped you get, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like that's
Yeah, yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Like, do I blame myself in the end? Like, I don't know.
Right.
yeah.
And the thing is, I think what's gonna happen is I do want Nia because Nia has grown on me in the last year. I did
Hmm.
not Bronx Legend tell you I did not like her. I did not fuck with Nia.
Stand the sound
But
of a name.
yes, we be up in this joint like ugh. But I want her
Nia's
to
doing
win
her
that.
best work though.
That's her best work ever, man.
Hmm.
And I want her to win the belt, but I don't want Shorty to cash in like a Drew McIntyre joint. I
Oh,
want like, her to hold it, and then, but I do want, and I think they're gonna do that, um, with Nia having the championship and Tiffy. She's by Nia all the time and shit,
hmm,
and she's gonna take
yeah,
that from an opportunity.
Mhm.
yeah. But you know who's really kind of seems irrelevant in all of this right now, and which is sad to say, is Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This been her
You know what I'm
worst
saying?
title run ever.
Yeah,
it was the
because
WrestleMania moment. That's it.
I think
yeah,
I
but
think it's because she okay when she turned heel and and then they gained the sympathy back from us. What happened was, remember I was telling you, they didn't continue. They should have continued it on with damage control. Like it was just she won, then the draft happened, then
yeah,
she's just been a lame duck.
yeah, yeah. It seems like they really didn't want to. They really didn't push anybody legitimately on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Other than Nia to be a challenger, a legit challenger for Bailey, because I mean, nobody thought that Chelsea was going to win it. Nobody thought that Piper was going to win it. You
Right.
know, you had at the time. I mean, even at the time when Bailey won it, you had Tiffany hot
Hmm.
and pushing her up. I mean, obviously, even though nobody will say it, I think they cooled her down after that social media thing happened. You know what I'm saying? So,
Bailey
you
or
know,
Tiff?
Tiffany, because at the time, Tiffany kind of was,
Yeah,
she was
she
kind of
did some
bubbling
shit.
up there. Yeah, she was
Mm-hmm.
kind of bubbling because remember she was one of the last few in got eliminated in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
was one of the last ones in taken out in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And it was to the point they had a little program going on with Tiffany and I think somebody else with Bianca and Jade. And
Mm-hmm.
then, some social media thing happened when
Yeah.
somebody posted something, calling, kind of calling Jade, Jade out her name, and
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, retweeted it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing you cannot call a black woman is a black bee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
That's why
everybody
they
their
gotta be
mama.
careful, even like when
Exactly.
they got white, and this
Hmm.
is for any joint. Like when they got a bunch of
Yeah.
white wrestlers beating up on a black person. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't do that shit.
But so Tiffany came to her defense, or she was the one that said it.
She was. It was somebody. It was kind of a TikTok video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody on there and it wasn't her words or anybody else's. It was just like a voiceover, but
Mm-hmm.
it was
Mm-hmm.
somebody calling Jade, a black bee,
Mm-hmm.
and
I don't
Tiffany.
think Tiffany. I don't think she heard that part, but she just. Well, yeah. You go
I
watch the
mean,
whole damn thing. Yeah.
she did. I
I
think she
tried,
did
Tiff
retweet it.
Tiff.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you could try to shoot her some bail, but I mean, the facts are facts. You know what I'm saying?
He
And then
said
I
the
think
facts are
when it,
facts.
yeah, the facts are facts. When it came out, I mean, people was reposting. I mean, people were sending it to, tagging WWE, tagging Triple H in it and all that stuff. And it seemed like she just disappeared off TV for a little while.
Mm.
You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So it was like, obviously, I guess now with her winning the briefcase, they putting that, I guess, they putting that little rocket back on her a little bit
Yeah,
now. You know what I'm
they just
saying?
probably like they did Triple H back in the day with the curtain call. They
Mm-hmm.
tapped his
Yep.
ass a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think Tiffany Stratton is the I think for women. No, I think the overall Money in the Bank jump is made for a heel. I mean, it's just made for a heel, man.
Yeah.
Um, because the whole idea is getting the comeuppance on somebody once they're down. That's
Mm-hmm.
the whole idea.
Yeah.
So, the psychology of a baby face, they want to do. That's why John Cena couldn't. He cashed his. He let them know, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it on this day, and I'm gonna have a match, and I'm gonna cash it in. Nah, bro,
Mm-hmm.
can't do it like that.
Yeah.
But that match was off the chain, and shout out to them ladies for doing the damn thing. I gotta say this for this next match, man. I'm very disappointed, and then I like
Mm-hmm.
Sammy. I like Sami Zayn, man. I fuck with him, but they
Yeah.
about to make me not like this guy based upon their decision making. Why the fuck they did not give Braun Breaker? So you gonna tell me you gonna build this guy up to be a Brock Lesnar type motherfucker? End Ricochet, take him off fucking television. This dude was doing fucking brutal shit for days, and that's just with the Gunther shit. Like Gunther been handling business, been standing on business. A
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
haluva kick ain't shit.
Yeah. Bruh, it took Sammy to pull out a move he hasn't done since his Ring of Honor days. You know what I'm saying? That buckle buster, power that buckle buster that he did. It took him doing a move on Gunther he hadn't done since Ring of Honor, and then a Huluva kick for him to beat him.
Man.
So
So
I
you
get it.
telling me, hey Bronx Legend,
Mm-hmm.
why why they do that to that man?
Let me tell you something. And we had this conversation when it came to Chad. I don't
Yeah.
like Sammy being the Intercontinental Champion. He did
Mm,
not need it. He's a four-time Intercontinental Champion. There was no reason for him to end Gunther's streak. I would have much preferred Chad to get the Intercontinental Champion. Chad has done some of his best work recently. Why they haven't pulled the trigger on him, I'll never know. I'm not saying Sammy's not good, but he ain't no Chad. I just don't think it was believable him defeating Gunther. It
or
wasn't. It's
Chad
not. It,
or Breaker. Like
or
he's
Breaker.
defeating dudes that's monsters.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But I'm guessing they're going with this underdog story or whatever the hell that they're supposed to be shooting this angle at. Either way, I don't believe it. There's no
Man,
emotional
Rocky
investment in it at
Balboa
all.
was believable at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
But
man.
also, remember, Rocky didn't win that first match
He
when he
didn't,
challenged
but he
Apollo.
gave him
You
some
know,
go.
that's true.
We
That's
going
true.
Rocky with it? Okay.
Well, I mean, you can build it up for a bigger, or now with this loss, maybe you could have a stipulation on the next one.
Yeah,
Have it
they
for a
gotta
bigger
run that back.
venue.
They gotta run that
Have it
back.
for a bigger venue. Or if you if you keep Braun in the IC title picture, run it back with Sammy at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Why not add a stipulation to it? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I feel
I
you.
don't want it to be. I don't want it to be like as a crutch for Braun to win because there's a stipulation involved. But yeah, you gotta put that title on Braun.
Got
You know what I'm
to, man.
saying? And let him run with that shit. Because like
Cause
I
I
said,
thought I
the
thought he
best.
had it. I thought he had it
Yeah.
when he blocked that haluva jump, gave him the spin shit. Then I'm like,
Hmm.
man. And then I'm like, okay, if you gonna do that for Sammy, at least change up his motherfucking his finisher. Like that haluva kick
Yeah.
ain't like I hate the fucking haluva kick. It doesn't do anything, man.
Here's the funny thing though. It took one haluva kick to beat Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
Sammy gave Jay at WrestleMania 3 haluva kicks. Now I'm pretty sure the one might have done it. He did the other two out of spite. I
Right.
get it, storyline. He did the other two out of spite.
Hmm.
But you do three on Jay at WrestleMania to win. You only did one on Braun, Money in the Bank to win.
How many he do
Yes,
on
I was
Gunther?
yeah.
about to
How
say,
many
how many
he,
he get
he
off
did
on
one on
Gunther?
Gunther too.
But he did that one on Gunther. Well, no, he did two on Gunther. Remember, he did one on Gunther in the back of the head, and
Oh yeah.
then he did the other one on him. But that was after he did that that brain buster on in the corner.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean he had to pull everything but the kitchen sink out in that match to beat Gunther. But you do this to beat Braun, they got to build it up. They have to be building this up to something more. Got to be at SummerSlam
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
got to put that you got to put that title on Braun.
Because I mean, you seen how Braun was looking. You seen how Sammy was looking at him and shit. Braun looking
Hmm.
like, nah, this ain't gonna be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
He gonna get his shit back. Now,
Hmm.
let's go to this heavyweight championship match, brothers.
Whew. Shit.
Let's fucking talk about it.
Mm.
Ah,
Um,
take a drink for that.
I I want to know. I want to know first. Was this a good idea to keep the belt on um Priest? I just want to know, Bronx Legend, was it a good idea to keep the belt on Priest?
The fact that, to be honest, I didn't think that Priest would last this long with the belt.
Me
The
neither.
fact that he has lasted this long with the belt means that there's a bigger story that they're telling with this. If you're
And you saw it
going,
tonight. You
yeah,
saw it tonight.
Hmm.
yeah. So if you're excluding Priest and you're talking about your CM Punk, uh, why am I drawing the far? You know what I'm talking about. CM Punk,
Seth
Scottish.
Rollins.
No, no, no.
Mm.
Drew. Yeah, yeah. If you're talking about just CM Punk and Drew, obviously
Mhm.
this is the Tom and Jerry of the WWE because
Yes,
he is
yeah.
just infuriated with this nigga. Like he can't
That's a perfect
catch
depiction of
So
what's going
he
on.
can't
Yeah.
catch him to save his life. It is like
Or
every
or
week.
or or Coyote and
Yeah.
Roadrunner.
It's like like I can't wait for him to catch him and give him this work. But
bro.
every time he think he about to get this win, here comes CM Punk. So I'm enjoying the story. It's a
Yeah.
little annoying because I feel Drew right now. I feel him. Like I want him to go get
Hold,
that
hold. I got
But let's remember
hold.
how this started, though.
Oh,
Let's remember how
yeah,
this started.
Drew just laid my man out bloody. Come on. And then look,
Hmm.
people was going at Punk, and then Punk gave his logic. He was like, look, this man did a shirt with me in the grave talking about,
Thank
and then
you.
he said, I talked to God and hoped you would get
Yeah,
in. Like,
I prayed on this
he prayed
and
on
it
it. Yeah.
happened. I prayed for this and it happened.
Drew, Drew is like the chihuahua that keep barking and shit. Then he get his ass whooped, go lick his wounds, then come back and I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Drew, stop.
But
So he
huh,
CM Punk got legit injured at the Royal Rumble. And the man came out the next damn night and told his man to his face, I prayed on this. I prayed for this to happen.
I
And it
prayed,
happened.
I prayed that
Yeah.
you'd get
You know,
injured.
yeah. He said, and look what happened. And tell this man that to his face. Bruh, I'm surprised Punk ain't came out there more on his ass.
Yeah.
look,
This
I
this
I
this
I get that. I
Hmm.
do. Those are words. The crimes that CM Punk has committed against this man is just beyond the court.
Hmm. Yeah.
There are levels of crime to where it's like, okay, we're gonna lock him away, we're gonna put him
Hmm.
away. CM Punk is on his way to the fucking electric chair right now. Like this
Hey
man
man.
has cost him
And
match
look, I'm
after
gonna play devil's
title after
advocate a little
title.
bit. I'm
How
gonna play
much
devil's
more?
advocate. Yes, you're
Mhm.
absolutely right. Drew
Yeah.
says words. Punk does. Yeah, he
That's
fucked
right.
up his WrestleMania moment. Like you
Yeah.
can't get better than that.
Yeah.
And then he came in and counted two and laughed, and Punk be laughing at you
Yo,
while he's doing it.
like I just wanna
I
just
don't know if
Hey.
y'all
yo,
seen at the end of the show when Drew came out
Yep.
there.
Yep.
he was
And and,
pissed.
and, and Wade Barrett had to hold him back because he hit Adam Pierce.
He hit
Yeah,
Adam
He
Pearce.
told him.
he gave him that.
Yeah.
He gave him that Iverson.
Yeah.
He was like,
No,
if you
no.
do this, you're
The
gonna lose control, man.
the Ron
So
Artest. Like when Ron
this
Artest hit Harden's ass, he even gave him that damn
uh,
elbow. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
threw the
Fuck out of
shit.
here.
That shit could have
So,
hit the crowd. Hey, bro,
so
Drew is doing the best work of his
Best,
life. Yeah.
yep.
best.
Drew is
And
earning that paycheck. He
yes,
is
bro.
earning that new contract
Mm-hmm.
without winning, without
And
even
look,
fucking winning.
that match don't need no belt. It don't need no stipulation. Just let him go.
But here's the other thing though that popped up tonight.
Oh, it's gonna be a hell in the cell. You know it's gonna be.
Yeah, it
But
gotta
but
be.
but not only that though. Now you got another person involved in it.
Yes, I like how
Seth,
they look. We was just
Seth,
talking about
you work
this
Seth back
last.
around into it.
We was just talking about this on the last live.
Hmm.
The way Triple H tells stories is
mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yeah,
He just doesn't focus on one story and then you're feuding with this person, is you're done with that. Dude intertwine stories.
Yep.
And look, you can see he thinks about it before the next thing because Rollins came back, he put him
Yeah.
with Priest, we wasn't thinking about Rollins and Punk. And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
then in this match, Drew comes out. Drew interrupts, becomes the third
Yeah.
person to make it a no DQ. That's when
Exactly.
Punk comes in and do his
Yep.
thing. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, inadvertently, Punk caused Rollins
That's right.
to not challenge for the belt anymore. So now
That's right.
Rollins is mad at Punk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's
Yeah.
circling
And
back
it did.
he is
around
fighting this shit.
to the
And it
original.
didn't take much. It didn't take much for Rollins to be mad at Punk again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's another thing also that got brought up with that match, with that ending. Now you keep it going with the word that Priest can't win a match on his own.
And look, you
Mhm.
He's
see his
all
face
he's
at the end of the
this.
match.
Yeah,
He like,
exactly.
fuck.
Exactly. That's another because you see, because remember before the match, he told them guys, he told Judgment Day, I don't care what happens with me and Seth. I don't even care if Drew comes out there and tries to cash, win or lose. Don't come out and interfere. And
And
Finn
Mhm.
what did
sat
Balor
there.
say? Balor
Yeah,
said, all
whatever
right,
you say,
boss.
boss.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. So to have Punk affect Priest, Rollins, and Drew just off of what he did,
Now, Michael Cole
amazing.
said CM Punk has changed the game of WWE
Right.
completely.
So he looked at him and said, Phil, what are you doing?
And he was
Phil, what
He
are
like,
you
said,
doing
I'm doing
here?
my job.
Yeah. It's like
hey,
he's
yo,
like, come on, man.
I have never seen a person on the injured list do so much shit.
Bruh,
Hmm.
bruh. He's been more active than some of the other active wrestlers on the roster right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like,
Man,
come on, man.
man, Revelator say Triple H is becoming the master of not only multiple storylines, but the
Hmm.
long form storylines as well, bro.
Big
Yes.
facts.
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. So my question is now, there's a story between Balor and Priest.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Does Priest go to SummerSlam and lose clean to Gunther, or does Balor cost him the championship at SummerSlam?
Balor cost them the championship because that's going
Yeah,
to
I can see
because
Balor costing him.
with the Triple H thing, Triple H is looking one step ahead or two steps ahead. It's
Hmm.
like he's going to have to feud with somebody. So that's going to divert his attention to Balor. And that's going to be around the time that Rhea Ripley's coming back as well.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
at the
Mhm.
end
Yep.
of the day, they're going I think Rhea Ripley, Balor, and Dom and them, they're gonna kick him out because he been talking real slick with that belt. Like since he
Hmm.
got that belt. And
Yeah.
again, I shout out to Priest. I think he's a great wrestler. But like you said, dude don't need to be holding that belt down. Matter of fact, he don't need to look right holding the belt, bro. Like he don't need look right. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
the belt don't even look right on him. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
what's the
but
name? What's the name they gave him? The bisexual Undertaker.
yeah, like shit.
Yo.
and you know what's crazy? They had
The
just announced today that they got his 24 documentary coming out next month.
Oh yeah, yeah. August,
Priest.
right?
Yeah, for Priest. They got his documentary coming out next month.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
that'll put some oomph in the shit. But
I
Gunther go tear that ass up.
I will
Right.
say yeah, yeah, absolutely. I will say though that he's definitely on even just from him when he came into WWE through NXT. This is the best run of his career because from what he
Absolutely.
was when he was in Ring of Honor as Punishment Martinez, how he was used to what
Hmm.
he is now, it's the absolute, what I'm saying, 180.
I want to get to
So
this. I want to get to this
it's
comment.
great.
You say you guys trust Triple H. I never trust Triple H because of WrestleMania 19. And is he talking about the Booker T jump?
Let me
Oh,
look it up because I'm like WrestleMania
yeah, yeah,
19. Whoa,
yeah. We
I
gotta look that up.
whatever that was, we should have got over that by
I
now.
think he's talking about the Booker T. Like I didn't like Triple H at
Mm,
that time. Like,
yeah.
bruh. And I can see his point. Um,
Hmm.
I can see his point because Booker T supposed won that match.
Yeah.
Like they built that shit up to be on some racist shit, blah blah blah. I'm cool with all of this wrestling. You
Mm.
need to have that baby face get his comeuppance, and he straight carried that whole situation.
Well, that won't be the second person that Triple H booking wise fucked over at WrestleMania.
And that's what I say about like people really like Triple H is everybody's daddy now, and he's just
Hmm.
Triple H was a ruthless motherfucker back in the day, backstage and everything.
Yeah, but which one would you rather want right now?
Oh no, I wouldn't want that dude.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like,
I
you
definitely
know,
wouldn't want that dude.
it's like him do what happened with him and Booker T and what happened with him and Sting. I don't
They
give
might
a
be talking about that. They might be talking about
yeah,
that because that shit. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because it's like, bruh,
Yeah,
to is that the one he was talking about, Bronx?
Which one he
this
was talking
is
about?
Booker T and Triple H, but
Okay.
this was also the last match of Stone Cold and Brock. So that was that WrestleMania.
That was
Oh,
2003.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, because
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
damn. I was giving him praise, but you bring that shit back up.
Damn, man.
It's 2003.
And
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
not only did he have that man lose, he took forever to pin him, and Booker
Hmm.
T had to fucking lay there. I mean, he
Yeah.
fucked with that man on live fucking WrestleMania, bro. This man was like, I'm like, wow, what the fuck happened in the back? Like, what the
Hey,
fuck? But I
I
think it
mean,
was all for that WCW shit, like with Sting.
yeah.
Vince
Yeah.
McMahon had a fucking like, why would you bring Sting in and his first match he loses to
Hmm.
Triple H, bro,
Yeah. Yeah. At WrestleMania.
at
At
WrestleMania?
WrestleMania. It's
So,
like Sting was the golden goose that you had been trying to get for years after WCW folded and you bought it. But Sting just knew he said it for years. He just knew
yep,
that him coming there, he was not going to be used the right way or the way he wanted to be used.
that's
So
it.
for him to go to TNA over coming to WWE at that time, that should have told you something right there.
And
You
then
know what I'm saying?
they never gave us the match we really wanted
Oh,
was
absolutely.
Undertaker versus
Hmm.
fucking Sting.
Yeah, yeah,
They too far
yeah,
gone on that.
I said
yeah.
they can do it. They if they really wanted to do it, and Undertaker got that itch. I don't care what you say about that. You can do it.
Mm.
You can do it, man.
They would have
Hey,
to. They would have to have serious buffers for that match
That's what
because
I'm
hmm,
saying. It can be done because we just want to see the aesthetics of this shit, really.
hmm.
And the match can be 7, 8 minutes. You don't gotta take no big bumps. I mean, I don't care who win. I would just love to see that shit.
yeah,
I don't know how much physicality they'd be able to do, and I hate that I'm about to say this
Yo, Ric
because,
Flair got in that motherfucker with 80.
yeah, but and can't nobody tell Ric Flair shit.
right.
Ric Flair, he'd be like, Ric Flair literally in one match, literally had a heart attack, and then was like, yeah, I'm good now. I'm gonna get back to training. Like, no, bro, take your ass home. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Hey,
he wants to die in the ring.
Ric Flair
Yeah.
is the Joe Biden of wrestling.
Yo, for real, Sleepy Rick.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, yo.
It's it's like everybody that and I blame the people too that be
Yeah,
helping Rick. Because some of these younger wrestlers be out there, you know what I'm saying,
because they
training
try and
with
get
him
a
and
fucking
sparring with him.
name. They try and get a
Yeah,
name off
but
the man.
hey, you don't want to be a footnote on the
Did
Dark
you
Side
see?
of the Ring episode.
Did you see this dude's arm
You
in
know,
that mat? Like, bro.
Look
yeah.
like the damn chicken gizzlets inside the turkey.
Uh, it's
Uh,
to the point. It's to the point where it's like you tell me it's Ric Flair's last match. I'll be like, hey man, just send me the link. Because I don't know, we might be seeing a legend die on a live stream.
Bullshit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
It'd be a
bruh.
question. Where were you when Ric Flair died in the ring? It's
Bruh
like
was on. He was on his deathbed, like literally, like what 8 years
exactly,
ago.
exactly. I mean, look at Triple H. Triple H got a goddamn pacemaker in his
Triple H
chest.
said, "I ain't getting
When
no
people,
more
yeah,
motherfucking
when people be bringing that shit up to Triple H, you be like, no,
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 nigga,
I'm done.
not doing
I'm
shit."
done. You
He
know,
said, because he
because
said I was afraid. He said I was scared to die. Like,
mm-hmm,
come
yeah,
on,
yep,
man, I'm not about to do
yeah,
that shit. He
yeah,
probably hesitate going out. Just getting in the ring doing the. Are you
right.
ready? Like,
Yeah, yeah. He said a lot lower than he used to.
like,
Like, are you ready?
are you ready?
I mean,
But
are you ready? Like,
right.
yeah.
but
I
back
can't.
back back
He
back.
gonna get himself worked up.
We did a little side note, but
Right.
back to the
Yeah.
match. So Priest, he cannot win a match without help.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, CM Punk is an asshole. Um, Seth Rollins mad as shit,
Hmm.
and Drew McIntyre is just fucking furious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the match. I like the ending. I keep it going. Just
They
keep it going.
they might have to call in real cops at Monday's Raw. They may have to call in the real cops.
Drew gonna open that show up. Drew
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
opening that show up. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we got the men's
Hey,
Money in the Bank.
hey, producers, keep your finger on the censor button on come Monday night.
No bull.
Oh yeah.
No bull.
Yeah.
The men's Money in the Bank was underwhelming for me. It went so quick. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was popping some popcorn, and next thing you know, I'm like,
Game
oh,
over.
Drew's walking up the ladder.
and he, because when they unhook it and they
Yeah.
lift, it's over.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
Yep.
it. I
Yeah.
was like, damn,
Yo, but Jay
Yeah.
was mad close. I thought because the way he had it,
Hmm.
I was like, oh, this is it. And
Yeah.
then
they
it
got to
switched
do a
directions
better
real quick.
way. They got to do a better way of making it believable of the climbage of this ladder.
And
Mm.
Chad technically had it
Yeah,
with him
Chad had it.
swinging.
That bump,
Chad,
though.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
yeah. Oh
hey,
yeah.
that bump, man, he fell on his motherfucking face.
How
Hey,
far
but
up is that case?
you
Is it like
you
over
rather
8 feet? It's
That
way
shit
over 8
like
I,
feet.
20 feet, man.
I
20
think you
feet.
rather take that bump on your face than on your back though.
That's true. That's
Ugh.
true.
I think you
Because
suck.
he could have taken if he taken it on his back, he might have almost knocked himself out.
So you take it
I
on your
think they I
face.
think
You
they
might have
Because
had
knocked yourself.
you take
I
that
think they
bump, you
had
know what I'm
a
saying?
I
Mm,
think they had a clear vision of just let's just get the fucking shit on Drew. Because when you see
mm-hmm.
Logan come, when you see Y6, when you see no theatrics, it's just
Yep.
they just had the shit and Drew got up there, got the fucking briefcase, and
Yeah.
we don't even have a men's Money in the Bank to hold throughout the year, and we don't
Yep.
have a new champion of Money in the Bank. Like that's just a waste.
So obviously that's something that Priest and or Gunther don't have to worry about for now.
That's true.
Because you
That's
have no
true.
men's money in the bank winner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which, like I said, Drew told everybody
that's
his
true.
plan, exactly what he was going to do, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do up until the point old Phil Brooks showed up.
my
which
thing, bro. Why you
we
just
pretty
ain't
much
wait?
thought was going to happen.
Why you just ain't wait till they laid the fuck out? Oh, we got to talk about we got
The botch.
to we got to talk about the botch
Mm-hmm. That's
because
why.
I don't know. Okay, what was supposed to happen?
The way it looked, I mean, with the move that Seth did, it looked they was going back and forth between who was going to do the Falcon Arrow on the
Yeah,
other, and Seth was obviously able to pull it out on Damien. But for some reason, I don't
he
know if
didn't
the
kick the
man
fuck
got,
out.
yeah, he got knocked loopy or something, or he just didn't respond when there was time for it, because the ref did the almost the two and three quarters, but
Yeah,
Damien is clearly didn't even move, didn't make any type of movement to kick out of it,
and
to the
bruh,
point where they're
and it
sitting there
was
looking at each other.
they all like Rollins looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Rollins should have done? He
Mm,
should have faked the kick out, like
mm-hmm.
push, like because he had his leg. But again, he thought you can't think that
Exactly.
goddamn fast.
Exactly. That's why I'm assuming he didn't do anything, because he's obviously thinking, okay, Damien's gonna kick
Yeah,
at two, and then now here comes Drew.
and then I guess the
But
ref just had to do what he had to do because the ref
mm-hmm,
he did it and he looked down at Priest. I think he was checking on Priest,
mm-hmm.
and look, man, this second box, a Priest, man, he got his leg caught in the
Yeah,
look,
it's
man.
a
He ain't
But
got
ankle
no
for
but
champion, bro.
yeah.
but you had to do it like that. The ref had to do it like
He
that
had
to
to. He
keep
had
it
to.
as a as keep the match going, so Drew could cash in and it turned into a triple threat.
And
So he had to do it.
you notice that little bit like 4 seconds of just silence, and then they hit
Mm-hmm.
McIntyre's
Yep.
music. I think that was
Yeah.
a little premature. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody was in there like, what the fuck just happened?
You see the
What's
crowd, they
going
was
on?
like, no, that was
Yeah.
fucking three.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna
Seth
have to
sitting
look
there
that
like,
up. I
huh?
can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, you gotta go
Oh
back and look
yeah.
at that, dog.
Yeah,
Like
that was right before Drew came out, because I mean it was so bad that it's like,
it
I
was
guess
no
they were like, okay,
excuse.
we got to send him out now. We
Yeah,
got
like
Drew. You got to go now.
hit the
You got to go
fucking
now.
button.
Damn.
Yeah, because you had to keep it still as a legit match going for Drew to cash it in and turn it into a triple threat, because you knew you had Punk hiding under the ring to jump out and jump on Drew.
I know they
Yeah,
got to be hot
it's
underneath that damn ring.
bruh.
They got AC under there.
Man,
They
They
got to be hot.
said they
I
said
don't.
they said because I was watching this 100 Secrets of Wrestling shit. They
Hmm.
said it's always somebody up under there though, like a worker,
Hmm.
a producer or whatever, because they got a monitor under there and they be moving the shit. So when get your weapon, they be moving the weapons and shit. They gotta have a fan or AC up under that joint or something.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I hate to have that
yeah.
job. Like you just hearing all this shit on top of you for about 10, 15 minutes. And it's like,
Hmm.
God. But
I mean,
yeah, that
Oh,
that that box was, and that shit go get talked about on the internet all day tomorrow.
absolutely, absolutely.
so I got a question. What is this cahoot thing with Drew and Wade Barrett? What's that about? Is it because they're from the same? They from UK, or
Yeah, they
always
friends.
seems
Probably.
to be the one
Yeah.
to try to like
Yeah, they
calm him
friends.
down and walk him back to
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, they
Hmm.
friends. And you see
Yeah.
how he when he came up to him, that's when Drew Jack calmed down and shit.
Hmm.
Is he going to
And
Yeah.
be like an ally for Drew or something? Because Dave
yeah,
was even talking
he's
about on
been
the
that
pre.
on commentary.
Yeah,
Hmm.
You see Big E, he over there. I can't do nothing, y'all. I really
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
Yeah.
because
Because you
Dave was
saw
saying,
Wade was like, if I'm at a three right now, but if I go
yeah,
up to a four, and I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna get fired. Because what they said when the stuff happened at Clash.
mm,
They said on the SmackDown after that, it was like, well, because of what Wade did, he ended up getting fined, for his,
mm,
Yeah.
thoughts and what he said about it. So
mm.
yeah, they got Barrett out there caping for Drew, because I guess Drew probably feels like he's the only person I guess that he feels that somewhat got his back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Did we miss any matches, y'all? I
Let's
think that
see.
was all
I
of
don't
them. Because
think
I was
No,
trying to do the
it
going
was
back.
only five. It
Yeah, it
was
was
only
only
five. Two Money in the Banks, World Heavyweight, IC, and the six man.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so. Right.
yeah.
So so overall, fellas, like we gave out I think we did do a good review tonight. And
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
thing about it is I'm gonna get my last little words, y'all get y'all last little words. But shout out, yeah, Triple H did fuck over Booker T and them back in the day. But look, he gave him a job at
Uh,
NXT. He at
hey,
NXT.
He made
But
up for
hey,
he made up
hey,
for it. Hey Book, I'm
hey, man.
sorry.
Hey, like they say, man. Why you gotta bring up old shit?
it. Right.
But
We get it, but yeah.
I think the post Vince McMahon age and Endeavor and TKO, I think TKO is just allowing Triple H to do his thing. I'm sure The Rock has a lot of influence now.
Hmm.
Wrestlers, bruh, are creating this now. It's not just from one guy.
Yeah.
And for years, Vince, you know, he gave us great moments. Vince definitely gave us great moments, but for the most part, man, I say around 2010, he just started just like that whole era from 2010 to probably 2020 was just, and that's the era. I came back into wrestling in 2010,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like we had little pockets like the Shield, Brock Lesnar coming back, things like of that nature. But Triple H is doing a hell of a job now, and he's trusting. Like, I don't know if you guys seen the. Well, I know you seen the behind the curtain. Have you seen it? I mean,
Absolutely.
the way
Absolutely.
that he said, I'm putting in the GPS, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Hmm.
you there.
Yeah.
Even with the Cody thing, like the way he took care of Cody. What I'm saying? And I think he was the one that was fighting. I think he can't do anything about The Rock making a decision, right? But I
Hmm.
think he really wanted Cody to get that joint. And shout out to The Rock for being the not so big headed person that people say he is,
Mm.
Hmm.
and said, "Look, I'm gonna let that man finish his story and shit." And
It actually worked out better for him
yes, it did,
Yeah.
bruh.
because
The
we got
final
the final
boss.
boss out of it.
All right,
Mm.
can we say, because Corporate Rock was nice. I fuck with Corporate Rock. I
Hmm.
fuck with Rock.
Hollywood.
Nah, I did not like
You ain't
Hollywood. It
like
was too
Hollywood?
campy. It was too cartoony. Like you could tell he was just like playing a character and shit. Um,
Well, he was an actor then, so he was an actor
yeah,
now,
but he
so
was just a little
he
Any
too
had to be
actor
goofy.
at
Hollywood.
that.
He was just a
Yeah.
little too goofy for me at that point in time, man. But I like Corporate Rock and I like the People's Champ Rock.
Yeah.
Um, Final Boss is the best rock ever. Like,
Ah,
Mm.
man,
Hands down. Right.
mm,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Final Boss.
Mm-hmm.
Final
yeah.
Boss. My man say, just because it's over, the camera's off, it ain't over. Fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
See, this is what you
Cody's
get,
about to get
Cody,
up.
when
Mm.
you fuck with the
We
final boss.
I'm the final
Right.
boss. I mean,
Oh man.
and I think that's
Uh,
what he always wanted to do. But Vince was like, let's just keep it there. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't
bruh.
hear no if you smell. We didn't hear you smell what
Mm-mm.
the dude didn't do no catchphrases his whole run.
Mm-hmm.
No. When he was giving out the stats of the towns,
Oh
like
my
when he was
god!
talking this
Oh,
shit about, yeah,
And remember he
Phoenix,
said facts are
Arizona
facts. He was like,
ranks
it's
number
true. It's
one
true
for the
though.
use of meth heads.
mm-hmm.
Phoenix, Arizona ranks number one. You
Yeah.
crybaby bitches.
bitches. Called them Karen crybabies,
Yes.
man.
Karen Craig.
Yes.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Cody crybabies, man. Like, I'm
Dog.
sorry. The Rock is the beast. But overall, man, I think Triple H is doing great with these PLEs.
Yeah.
Like them going overseas has been amazing. Them overseas crowds are just
Oh man,
the
France.
best. Oh my fucking
Let
god, man.
Okay.
Um,
Let me ask this. Let me ask this. This is the last paper PLE overseas before we come back to the States, which would be SummerSlam next month. So
mhm,
out of the four PLEs that we've had overseas since WrestleMania, we've had France for Backlash,
mhm.
King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi, um, uh, Clash at the Castle at Scotland, and Money in the Bank in Toronto. Which one was your top? Was your favorite?
Scotland and France is neck and neck, but that's
Okay, let me say
France.
this.
I'm
Which
gonna have
one?
to go with France.
Which one was your
Where did they
favorite?
shake them up? France, they shook the fucking whole building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
The
that was the
cameraman,
one with AJ and Cody.
yeah,
Which
Yeah.
one was your favorite? Which one was your favorite, and why is Toronto last?
Toronto is last because they didn't have a coherent chant that I can remember. Like
Hmm.
in Scotland, Cody
Yeah,
Road,
yeah,
like that
Yeah.
yeah,
shit
Yeah.
just, and you
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
gotta say it in their accent. You just can't be like
Hmm.
Cody. You gotta be like Cody Rhodes. I'm like, oh shit, and they did not let that shit go. Like
At all, at
so,
all.
France,
and in
France was a
France,
whole nother level. They was a
absolutely,
that
Absolutely.
if you talking about a whole stadium being in
Yeah,
choir, yo, they
oh
yeah.
didn't miss a
god,
beat or a word. And I don't
Syn-
yo, the Jay Uso entrance for
yeah. Yes.
best Jay Uso
Yes.
entrance ever, yo.
Yes.
He was
When he got the fireflies,
yes,
basically.
you
yes.
better get
Hmm.
them shit back.
So
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and I think
He renounced ownership of those real quick.
He said, I don't want the
he's like, I can have
fireflies,
him
the
back.
cockroaches, the mosquitoes.
Mm-mm.
He said, y'all can have them all. I don't
Y'all can
want this
have
shit.
that.
But yeah,
Y'all can have that.
those PLEs overseas has been doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
Phillips, what you
We
think
got another one though.
overall? Uh,
We got another one. We got another one coming. Germany.
Germany. Hey, Gunther
Hmm.
is gonna get man. He's
Yeah.
that man is gonna be like the fucking president of the United States over that joint.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
And
if
he
he
might be
wins,
walking up. He'll be walking up in there, world heavyweight champion.
world heavyweight champion,
definitely
man.
happening.
So
Hey, imagine if they did Gunther and Dragunov at
Ooh,
they
that
need to build.
PLE.
They go build him
Mm.
up to that level. And
that
yeah,
raw
I would
match.
love to see that. I like Dragonov,
Hmm.
and they need to kill it. They need to get rid of the first name, that Ilio shit. Just call him Dragonov, yeah. Just straight up
Hey.
The
Dragon.
Mad Dragon. That's what they call
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So Phillips, what you think of um WWE? Where we at right now overall?
um, I'm definitely happy. First and foremost, that what they said years ago that they actually are doing now. They're legitimately listening to the fans
Mm-hmm.
and responding and reacting to what the fans want. Like I said, we all knew that because of how ingrained Triple H is, as far
Mm-hmm.
as how much he pays respects to the past, he's ingrained into the present, and
He
he's definitely
respects
looking
the
towards the
lineage
future.
of belts.
Exactly, exactly. So we knew that. I mean, you know, regardless, let's not forget, regardless of what Punk said, years ago, when Vince was dead, that the company's going to be taken over by his doofus son-in-law. That
He
is,
just ate his words and then came
yeah,
back
yeah,
and took a picture with him.
exactly. He had to eat his words on that. Triple H is running this shit like a well-oiled machine. He's definitely doing the job, unlike some jobs we know. You know, um, but yeah, I love to see how it is now. I mean, he's definitely, for one, giving a lot of the new stars the
Mm.
light. You know what I'm saying? And they taking that, they taking that brass, they grabbing that brass ring
Shout
and
out,
Mhm.
running
shout
with it.
out, shout out DIY
Yes,
getting that
yes.
tag team
We
championships.
absolutely knew that was a Triple H pull. Because
Yes,
the one thing
those
people
his
have,
boys.
but yeah, people have been saying, you know, some of the, black and gold guys that he brought up, really wasn't doing too well.
Yeah,
So, to put the titles on DIY, and not only that, but now you can see them they're gonna push Theory into the
yeah,
baby face.
yeah.
So that's you got two stories out of that now.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously, it's just a matter to see, like I said, now with the announcement of Cena retiring next year,
Mm-hmm.
how is that going to ingrain itself into other storylines that's going to go on between now and WrestleMania? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And how what storylines are going to produce for Cena going into that, because he's going to be on those big PLEs for next year going
Mhm.
into WrestleMania, and to see who is his last match going to be at WrestleMania.
Right. And I like
You
his
know.
answer at the conference. And Saint always keep it real. He was like, "Look, I try not to, get my hopes up for things
Hmm.
I can't control." And he said,
Yeah.
"Whoever they put in front of me, I'm gonna do the best I can do for who
Hmm.
they." Now, between both of you guys, I'm gonna ask Bronx Legend, would you like Cena's last match to be against?
Hmm. Cena's last match.
I already got exactly who I want. I
I
don't think
think
that's
it
gonna
would have
happen.
to be somebody who he will probably be passing the mantle to.
Hmm.
But who is that though? Is that Cody?
Nah,
Hmm.
Cody already got his mantle.
Yeah.
Oh,
he got
I,
he
Cody
got
got
his
his match. He got his match.
kingdom.
I don't know. It would either have to be somebody who's he's passing the mantle to, or somebody of old, somebody who he had some of the best matches with. I don't know. I really don't know.
I think okay. He says his favorite wrestler of all time is Roman Reigns.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Cena said the there you go.
Wow.
Um, he said no, he didn't say that. He said Roman Reigns is the greatest champion of all times, based
Hmm.
upon his run and what he did and how he came upon um getting dog food poured on him. Oh my God, this
Mm.
y'all remember that shit? Oh my
Hmm.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
to this run, and he said, yeah, he's the greatest champion of all time. Um, and I think we talked about that, man. He might be, based on the era that we're in, because back then they wasn't fighting that as much as they complain about Roman Reigns not defending the title. Yeah, he defended it way more than fucking San Martinez in
Hmm.
probably 5 years, and he had the belt for what 12 years,
Yeah,
Bruno,
Yeah. He,
crazy.
he
like
definitely
12
has the
fucking
record.
years. Like what the fuck?
He definitely
So
has the record.
if they can do that. But Roman gonna be busy on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you think should be his last match, Phillips? I will say Kurt Angle, but
Kurt didn't get back.
I think I think the one that would definitely
Randy.
be, because yeah,
Mm,
I think it should be Randy, because
Randy
Randy said it.
Savage.
For one, Randy said he wants, whether it's his last match or John's last match, he would want his last match. But Randy said he would want it to be in WrestleMania for a title,
Mm.
which
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. But you can still have Randy and John have their last match at WrestleMania.
I think it would be great for John Cena which I put in the Discord, for John Cena to win the Royal Rumble, feud with whoever is he gonna feud with, but wins the belt, not WWE belt, but the world title at
Mm.
WrestleMania. Next day on Raw, he retires as champ. The champ is here. Like
And retire with the record.
retire with
Yeah,
the record. Give John, because John Cena is a stellar, like, dude works for the WWE. Like, that man, I like him or hate him, he's 10 toes down with WWE.
yeah.
And the way that guy purports himself and all of that shit, it is just
Hmm.
amazing. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
So
Rick gonna be tweeting up a storm if that shit happens.
Oh, you know
yeah, I mean, dude, you Ric Flair, man. Come on,
Yeah,
goddamn.
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Bronx
You,
legend.
you made man.
What you think about overall WWE?
I think that coming from the attitude era of which we majority of us grew up in,
Mm-hmm.
um, we were missing something over the years that has came back, and that substance. That's a storyline, something to give us an emotional investment within. Um, it's like your '90s rap versus your mumble rappers today.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a song with a good beat, but they ain't saying shit.
I ain't saying
So
Hmm.
it's
shit.
just like, oh yeah, they got these big contracts and they you know waka flocka this and all that, and it's like okay, but you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
So it's also and YouTube don't cancel us, but it's like your porn too. Sometimes you in the mood, you can turn your porn on, and they already, and it's like, well, damn, how did we get here?
Oh,
Hmm.
I like a good storyline. I like a
Give
good,
me a good
not too
storyline,
long.
you
Go
know,
ahead, give
warm
me
me
Yeah.
that
up,
Why
shit.
not?
Go
you know.
Why
So
not? Why not?
it's
I at least want to know who's who.
right,
Okay.
Hmm.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
Who
they
I'm
on
looking
top of
at
the
here.
Yeah.
car. How did we get here? Whose car is this?
Yeah.
Tell me
That was
something. Give me
doing
some
look.
substance.
That was doing
Yeah.
all that ass volumes back in the day.
Yeah,
As it just come on, pop, pop,
like
pop,
Yeah.
pop.
damn,
You like, damn.
how did we get here? But
Yeah. And
that's
how
what
many of those guys got in there?
look right. That's another podcast. That's another podcast.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
look,
yeah, 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 yeah.
so um, they're giving us substance. They're giving us the long game, like they were saying earlier in the comments, and he's giving us substance. You're getting emotionally invested within these stories, and I'm loving it.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not one of those, oh, take the first 6'5" guy, 300 pound, and see, and then put a title on him. This is Vince McMahon era is over. We're in the
Yeah.
Paul Beck era,
Yeah.
and we can take our time because we know whatever is being done, even the littlest of detail, as a picture
Mhm.
behind us or whatever to the side, we know is there's a purpose behind it,
Hmm.
and I'm enjoying watching because now I'm going back and I'm rewinding. I'm like, y'all seen that? Why was such and
Mhm.
such talking to such and such in background? Why did such and such
Hmm.
walk out of such and such room?
Yeah.
They brought back the entrances where they following the wrestlers from the back out into the thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
You can tell the things has shifted and the energy has changed, and it just feels like you're taking the new and kind of adding in a little bit of old, and I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it again.
It's
And
like that
I'm
tagline says, you're seeing stuff behind the curtain now. You're seeing
Mm,
more stuff behind the curtain now, you know, and you're attracted, you're interested to seeing, how it's made. They're not giving you away,
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
mm,
but you are getting to see how some stuff is more and more now behind the scenes, you
Yeah.
know.
And I
So
think
it
that's
does
the
help.
era that we live in based upon like so and I think each generation it's pulling it back because remember Vince McMahon came out with that promo was like, look, we're not going to insult your intelligence anymore. We're not
Hmm.
going to have you looking at clowns and plumbers and shit. We're going to put some
Yeah.
real shit. That's when
Yeah.
Stone Cold came in and had one of the biggest rivalries of all time, Stone Cold versus Mr. McMahon.
yeah,
So
Hmm.
we're at a point right now where social media and this shit is 24/7. You know
Mm.
how much
Yeah,
wrestling we consume, bro?
yeah.
And what's the first thing Triple H talk about at every press conference? He got to run down all of these records that they breaking
Hmm.
and numbers that they doing, and
Yeah.
you know,
It's
bruh,
constant.
I remember the Attitude Era where everybody wanted to be a part of wrestling, and that's what we see today.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Yeah.
Logan
Yeah.
Paul, one of the biggest social media stars ever, not only in the WWE, but he's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took the craft and he learned it, and he's a beast. And he's the U.S. champion.
Yeah.
And remember Bad Bunny when he came
Bad
through.
Bunny was
Bad
nice.
Mm.
Bunny was the biggest artist on the planet.
Biggest
Took
streaming
time,
artist, bro.
canceled, pushed his tour back, and and lived in Orlando to train because he took it serious and he respected the craft to the point where he said, "I just don't want to show up, do a few things. You can show me some stuff in the backstage, and then I go out on camera and do it. No, I'm taking time out of my schedule to move to Orlando and train for the next 3 months. So when I did get on that stage, I not only don't embarrass myself, but I don't embarrass the brand.
Mm.
And it's kind
So
of
yeah."
messed up because it's like, damn, what is it to be said if you got Bad Bunny and Logan Paul, people who's never
Hmm.
touched the ring before, and then you look
Yeah.
at somebody like Jade.
Jay,
I'm
Jay.
not even gonna touch you no more. But that I'm just saying, by now she's been wrestling for a long time, and we still getting some, you know.
I mean, she did. She did good on SmackDown on Friday. She did pretty good.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the.
Say,
Nah,
I.
she did good.
Hey, I trust they know what they're doing.
Okay,
Look,
I trust they know what they're doing.
she looks good. She looks good.
she
She
does.
looks good. And she
Looks
looks fine.
amazing.
That's all we got tonight, people. We hope we entertain you guys, and we hope we can give something to the conversation of what we call professional wrestling here. I don't think we can see it up here, but
I got it
Bronx
over here. I got
Bronx. Okay,
it.
okay, he
Eh,
did. Now,
One
Oh,
let me
Phil,
start
Phil got
over.
something to say. Go ahead,
one
Bronx
Phil.
thing
legend.
before we
Yeah,
go, don't forget to watch NXT Heatwave tomorrow night.
I probably won't, but
I I I
I
I,
I
I
I,
know,
I
but
Zoe gonna watch. Zoe is our NXT man. He gonna
they
let
got
us
some
know them highlights.
got some good stuff going on down there, NXT. Not to
I
mention
know
they're in Toronto too, in the same arena tomorrow night. So
NXT. I be
NXT
trying to.
Heatwave,
I
Is
be
it on
trying to.
Peacock?
yeah,
Yeah, it will
Okay,
be on
yeah,
Peacock.
7 o'clock tomorrow night. NXT Heatwave.
And the
we'll check
thing
it out.
is, it's like I don't know the character, so I don't even know who. Like when they brought in Sexy Red and shit, I'm like,
Thank God she won't be there tomorrow. Thank God.
Um, but but yeah, I'm gonna look at the highlights. I do like looking at NXT highlights. I
Hmm.
do, but Zoe, that's our guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
All right.
dude,
All
we
right.
be in the Discord talking about, and he throwing that. Hey, y'all.
Hmm.
He told us to watch out for Tiffany Stratton. He told us to
Yeah.
watch out for Braun Breaker. Like that's how I
Yeah.
knew these people before they came up.
And
Um,
and everybody knows Sean and Trips is hand in hand.
Man,
Mm,
you got the
You know.
click running
Yeah.
everything,
click.
bro. That is crazy.
Yes, sir.
So Bronx Legend gonna bring us out.
All right. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Inside the Storyline, Twitter, Storyline Inside, Instagram, Inside Storyline podcast. Don't forget to comment in the comment section. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button. But most importantly, don't forget to ring that motherfucking bell.
Ring that bell, baby, and always stay
Deserve.
inside the storyline because we will catch y'all on the next broadcast, man. And if you're watching on the playback and you lasted this long, you better hit subscribe and like. I don't even know why you lasted this long. It's an hour and 34 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like us by now, man, you don't need like wrestling.
Because you love pro wrestling.
Right.
All right, people, we will holler at you guys later.